If you were writing a description of this character, like for a dating website, how would you describe him?
Uh, he's a guy who cares. You know, he's a guy cares for his daughter, uh, cares for his job, and wants the best for people. Cares for the security of the people in the mall with him. You know, so he's a guy who does his job, and he takes pride in it. So he'll give his all.
I think he put it best when he told Amy that most people sort of write him off, in life. Yet he still has this very likable quality about him. Why is that the case?
Because of that. I think because he's a guy who many think has a job that maybe isn't that important, but to him it is. It's the most important thing in the world, and he takes it serious and maybe too serious at times. But they're happy to have him when the chips fall.
At some point in all of our lives, we've tried to scale that seemingly insurmountable mountain and succeeded at it. Same as Paul. Does that mean that there's a little bit of Paul Blart in all of us?
That's exactly what it means. I mean, I want people to connect with this guy. I want them to root for him and see themselves in this character, and never give up, ever. Now it sounds cliche, but never.
All right, and the physical comedy really jumps off the screen in this film. Talk about how you use stunts to really establish the character.
Well, that was the thing going in on this movie that I wanted to do, especially because it's the first movie where I'm kind of by myself. I don't have Adam Sandler or Will Smith with me helping me out, so I was scared. I was like, let me just make this then the biggest physical comedy I can make, and just leave it on the line. So that was really important, and I didn't realize how involved it would be, but I wanted to do it all and be really physical in this movie.
Now, speaking of physical comedy, I read that you were really adamant about doing your own stunts, with the exception of one that challenged
Yes.
your fear of heights. Talk about that for a little while.
I did. I've never been good with heights. I'm not good sitting right here. I got to be honest, that good. But there was a shot in the movie where I fall, and we had a stunt guy do it, but they needed me to do it as well. And I never thought it would happen. I was like, why do you need me if you get the stunt guy? And they wanted what was called a prove it shot, where you see the actor falling. And they said, we can get it with you if you just fall maybe like 10 feet. So they threw me in a harness, and it was a miserable experience. But then they lied to me, and they pulled me up much higher and dropped me, and I hated it.
Now, the movie wouldn't be the same without the on-screen chemistry between you and Gemma May's character, Amy.
Yeah.
Now, talk about what she represents in Paul Blart's life.
She was just great. She represents, just she's the love of his life. He sees her and he's instantly smitten. But more than that, he just meets her and knows that she's the right person and wants to give to her. And it's important to him. And he tries. He gets in his own way sometimes and can't express himself that well. But in the end, he finds how to bring what he really feels to her, and he does it in a good way.
One of the really cool things about this film is that, as opposed to casting your typical villains with indistinguishable accents and bad haircuts, you guys went out and got some of the greatest action sports athletes in the world. Talk about that and how that's going to really blow this film up on January 16th when kids come out to see it.
Well, that's it. We were conscious of that. We wanted to make these X Game guys, they were the best in the world. Mike Escamilla, Rick Thorne, Jason Ellis. I mean, we wanted to make sure that kids can identify. They love that stuff. That's their world. And they came and they shredded this mall. And I don't use the word shredded because I didn't know it until they came into my life. But these guys were unbelievable. They did everything. And some of the stuff they do in this movie is insane. And it's all them.
That's my time. All right. Thank you.
Jamal, thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Kevin.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.